Okay, then let us start off with the construction gear. The construction gear is one of the most important gears you will be making, and if you make it properly you will be saving yourself a lot of time for your construction projects. So let us start off with the helmet here. Here you can see you've got a filter. Now if you use the filter correctly, you don't need to keep on scrolling and searching for the kind of gear that you require. So here we have got just one option for the helmet. That's a no-brainer. You have got to go with the Necros mask. Please note it's a level 40 item, so you should be able to make it very soon. As soon as you reach level 40 you can start working on this, or even before that, but level 40 you can start using it. So as you can see, at the very basic stage it gives 1.5. This is the common, and let's see at the uncommon stage it'll give you 2.5. Now if you can bring it out to mythic, you get a decent 14% increase in your construction stats. So after the helmet we will go on across to the armor. So let us check what we get into the armor. Lightning guard, yes, this is the very first option that we have, and this is what I would recommend. Lightning guard, as you can see, it has got 28% construction, and then if you come here you've got just 7.2 and then 2.1. Also what you need to know that this is the highest level in construction armor that you can go for. This one's 40 and this one's 70. As a general rule of thumb, what you can understand is the higher level item will always be better than the lower level item, which is obvious over here. So construction speed is 28% if you can bring it to mythic. Once you start at the basic common level it will give you 3.2, and then at the uncommon level you'll get 6.2, and then you'll have to work and you'll have to keep on increasing it, if you'll have to keep on upgrading it. So this is what I would recommend, lightning guard, and this would come from this particular monster. I'll show you the monster that you need to hunt. Necros monster. Necros is a support monster, or rather most of the items we get from Necros is support oriented, resources and support oriented. So Necros is the monster you need to target for this particular gear. After that, let us check out the walkers. Griffin walkers again is the very first one. This is what I would recommend. It's a level 55, so it will take some time for you to reach here. Others are level 40, level 35, and if you note the construction speed, let us see, here you will be getting 5.6, and here is 0.04, 0.035, not really worth mentioning. So Griffin walkers is what we are looking at for the legs of construction. Then main hand, what do we have in main hand? Terror lash. Terror rash is what we are looking at. If you can get it to mythic, it will give you 14% construction speed. Some people do opt for trident, but then trident is the main hand, and main hand trident will give you 9.8. We are looking at 14 here in mythic. So if you just consider the basic construction for trident, you will get 0.7%, and here you will be getting 1.5%. Of course this one is better, terror lash. Till the time you reach level 55, you may go across for trident, and you may, some people even consider luminous lance, depending upon when they start working on this gear and also what kind of materials they have on hand. So let's go for offhand. There is only one option, that is Griffin's Talon, and this is level 45, so fairly early you can start working on this. And should you get it to gold, it will give you 17.5 construction boost. And What is left out? Accessories. Sentinel circlet is one of the very popular ones. You can go across for Sentinel circlet, and at gold it is going to give you 25% construction boost, which is really nice. So let us again revise and summarize. For the mask we are looking at Necros mask. For the armor we are looking at the lightning guard. For the legs we are looking at griffin walkers. For the main hand we are looking at the terror lash, and for the offhand we are looking at griffin's talon, and for the accessories we are looking at sentinel circlet. So this is your construction gear. Research gear will help you to reduce a lot of your research time. As usual, we go here, select a filter for research, come here. Okay, now we have got cavalry mail level 35, and finally what we would like to have is terror shield level 60. So keep in mind, this level 60 terror shield should be your final research gear, but till you reach level 60 you will need some kind of research gear. So that's where cavalry mail would come in. At level 35 you can start early on this, and should you be able to take it to rare, you should be getting something like 3.5% till the time you start doing the heavy duty research, which takes around about 3 days, 4 days or more. When you reach level 60, that's when you will be requiring this terror shield, which will give you again a decent amount of research speed. So this is the one that we are looking at. At mythic it will give you 11.2% research speed. So let us look at the helmet now. Helmet, there is no option. Level 60 you have got wormbone coronet, which is slightly strange because till you reach level 60 you do need to do a lot of research, but there is no support in terms of the helmet gear. Anyways, it is what it is. So let's look at the legs again. You have got griffin walkers at level 55. So griffin walkers will give you a decent amount of research at 24.5 should you take it to mythic. Somewhere in the middle, like rare, you will get 8.25, which is also okay. Let's look at the main hand. I would recommend the electric lance at level 50. You do get some other options. Research speed 7 on champion age, but champion is again paid to play. So if you're willing to put in some money, and if you have got that kind of an approach to the game, you can certainly go in for a champion. Champion is always better than any other options that you have. Apart from champion great sword, you only have one, that is electric lance. So unless you're willing to put up money, you've got no options. You go with electric lance. Offhand we are looking at vice grips, that is at level 40. Tome of Saints you do get, I think, free at the beginning of the game, which gives you 1% research speed. This is what you should be looking at. Vice grips at level 40, you get it fairly early in the game, and you can start working on this. Flutes, the all-knowing flutes. Everybody goes for flutes for research. Everybody knows that. You go for research 13%, and should you get it to mythic, you are looking at 36.4. Now if you can get all 3 or all 2 flutes before you open the 3rd slot, you will be really getting some nice research speed over here. So flutes for accessories for research, that is what everybody wants, that everybody goes for. So to summarize, headgear wormbone coronet, armor we are looking at terror shield final. Till we reach terror shield, we can also look at cavalry mail. Walkers is griffin walkers. For the main hand, we are looking at electric lance, unless you wish to go in for the paid options. Offhand, we are looking at vice grips, and accessories, of course, the flutes. So that is for the research gear. Now after the research gear, we can look at, again we should go here, we can look at the war gear. Now there is no filter for the war gear. So war gear is, we can look at the helmet. We'll start off with the helmet for the war gear. And here there is actually no such thing that you can search for war, or there are options for attack, but let us go this way. We have got indulgent visage. This is for the war gear. This is what is preferred by everybody for the war gear helmet. Till such time that you reach the higher levels of 60, I would not recommend anything like 50 or 55, because gear at 60 is much better than the gear at 50 or 55. Until you reach 60, you can make do with this gear for the helmet, indulgent visage. This will give you some very nice stats. Infantry 1.5, range 1.5 to begin with, and once you reach gold, it gives 10 infantry percentage and 10 percentage for the ranged. Mythic, you will get 14% and 14%. Bon Appetit is the monster for this. You will need to hunt Bon Appetit. You will need to target Bon Appetit. One small thing you need to look at is these drops are not uniform, so you will require to be a bit patient. However, this does not have any rare drops. Bon Appetit Angelic Plume is not rare as such. Bon Appetit, you have got the glowing halo item, which is rare, and there is no such rare item for this particular item. So you can go ahead and make indulgent visage over here. For the armor again, I'll have two recommendations. One is the level 60 armor that you can look at once you reach level 60. Till you reach level 60 though, you can look at the skeletal armor. Skeletal armor will kind of hold you till you reach level 60. It gives a decent 10% infantry attack, cavalry attack, and it also gives cavalry HP, and infantry def is what it is, 7%. So you can start working on this fairly early in the game at level 45, and keep on developing it, keep on upgrading it till such time that you reach level 60. Once you reach level 60, I would recommend firewall plate. Here it comes, firewall plate. This is what I would recommend. This is usually what is opted for. You will be requiring to hunt Trojan horses for this. Mecha Trojans, yes, those things. Mecha Trojan monster for this. Keep in mind this particular item, blueprint, ancient blueprints, they are rare. So this is going to take some time to develop. This is going to take some time. You will require to buy this from bargain stores, and drops from monster hunting are unreliable and unpredictable. So there you go. But this is what I would recommend. Spend time on this, invest time and effort, be patient about this. You can also consider terror shield. In case you do not wish to go with cavalry, you can go with terror shield, that is for infantry. Then of course the champion gear is another story. Then some people do go in for hardened carapace, that is the bee monster. queen bee monster, but this is level 55. Should you put in time, effort and energy into a level 55, it is not going to stand up to a level 60 item. Level 60 item will always be better than a level 55 item. So you need to decide whether you wish to put in that kind of an effort and energy and invest that time in level 55 item or level 50. So hardened carapace is also what some people look at, and this one's another one is beastly breastplate. Yes, this is also popular. You may consider this also. Again, it's a level 60 item. You need to consider that. These items you can work on before you reach level 60, and once you reach level 60 you have something decent to put up. Till that time, till you reach level 60, I would recommend this one. Skeletal armor 45. Keep on working on it, and when you reach level 60 you will have your level 60 armor. Okay, let's move on to legs. Legs again, for an F2P player, almost everyone knows that now. You can go with honeycomb chaps. Again, the queen bee monster that we were speaking about. Should you choose to go with honeycomb chaps, then I would suggest you refrain from going for the hardened copperized over here for the armor, because then you will be having some clashes over here. These items are needed at both the places, the bee chrysalis and the blazing husk. This is not needed for hardened copperized, so you won't be clashing on this item, but these two items will be clashing. So should you divide then you will not be able to upgrade your honeycomb chaps, neither will you be able to upgrade your armor. And honeycomb chaps is a level 40 item. You will be working on honeycomb chaps before you reach level 55 for the armor. So you make up your mind which one you wish to go for and plan accordingly. It will save a lot of time for you and lot of effort for you. At gold, this will give you 12% cavalry and ranged attack 12%. Okay, moving on to the main hand. Almost everybody prefers the fiery tomahawk. You can go in for the fiery tomahawk. This advantage of this particular monster is you do not have to do monster hunt. The advantage of this particular item is that you do not need to do monster hunt. You can do some foraging for this, for some gathering for this. This is based on these items, and you can go across on the field on the kingdom map and do gathering for this. Rich veins, that is basically ore. So once you are doing some gathering for ore, you can get this particular item. You do not need to depend on monster drops for this. This will give you, once you reach gold, 10 cavalry, infantry 6.5, ranged 3.5. This is one of the favorite ones. Others you may consider over here for the lower levels rather. Some people opt for falcon gale. That is also nice. Okay, now once you reach the higher levels, that is level 60, I would finally suggest Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher is what you should be aiming at, or rather what I would recommend. Skull Crusher. This comes from Held Riders, and some people opt for Frostwing Greatsword at level 60. Both are level 60 items. Both are really good. What I would like to point out is this will give you infantry attack, cavalry attack and range attack, all three of them. And Skull Crusher will give you army attack. Now when you say army attack, it is not any specific infantry, cavalry or range. It means all three of them together. So if you note, you are getting army attack, and over and above that you are getting range attack also at 15%. So this army attack includes all three of these, and then we are looking at infantry def also. Usually people prefer Skull Crusher over Frostwing Greatsword, although both are really good. I would suggest you start working on both of them. Both come from different monsters. This would come from Frostwings. You'll need to hunt Frostwings for this Frostwing monster, and this one comes from another monster, that is the Held Riders. You need to hunt Held Riders for this Held Riders. So both are different monsters. Start working on both of them. So approximately when you reach 50-55 level, and depending upon the kind of drops you get, depending upon the kind of items you are able to get, you can use either of them, whichever one is better for you. So that is the main hand. Let us go across onto the offhand. Offhand, here you have got quite a number of options. Dragon Fist. A lot of people like Dragon Fist. Dragon Fist, you can go across and you can try. You will need to target Blackwind's monster for this. However, please note this particular item, Glowing Eye, is rare item, and it will take time. You will need to be patient to develop this particular item. Dragon Fist. Then Viral Switchblade is one of my recommendations. You'll need to kill again Trojan horses for this. So, this is a very nice option that you have at level 50. One of the very few rare level 50s that I would recommend. You can start working on this. What you can actually do is the final one that I would want to look at is Lunar Scimitar. This is what usually people work at level 35. This one gives a very nice army max HP at gold 11.5%. Once you reach level 60 though, level 60, what you can look at is Eternal Codex or Champion Light, but Champion Light I believe is a paid one. So if you are an F2P player, Champion Light may not work for you. Eternal Codex. So at level 60 I would recommend Eternal Codex, and earlier on the game I would recommend Lunar Scimitar, that is at level 35. You will get it early in the game. You can start working on this. And Dragon Fist along with Viral Switchblade, whichever one is available. Both are from different monsters, so depending on the material available to you, you can start working on them. Okay, accessories. We move on to accessories. One of the most popular ones is Burning Scroll. It gives an army attack 9%. Again, I repeat, army attack means all three, range, cavalry and infantry, all three of them. So you get 9% which affects all three of them. Burning Scroll. And then Fear Drum. This is the one that I would recommend if you are going in for cavalry. This is again a level 50 item, but you can have one Fear Drum out of the three accessories that you will finally be having at your account. Another one that you can look at is Aqua Enemy. This is a level 40 item. This one you can recommend, and this one you can actually work with. The level 61 that I would actually look at for monster hunting is again Hunting Horn, but then that is a paid item. Blight Ring. This is a level 60 item, and Blight Ring will give you very nice range, max army HP to work with. And Ambrosial Cups. However, in Ambrosial Cups, if you start working on this, please note this particular item, Bon Appetit's Glowing Halo. As I've said earlier, this is a rare item and it's difficult to get. It's really difficult to get, so you will need to work on this. You'll need to be patient about this. So That's it for the mix war items that we have, the war gear. Hopefully I have addressed your issues. In case there is something more that you need to know, please do let me know in the comments section. I'll certainly get back to you. Thank you.